Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel, where we delve into the mind of a villain. In this entry, we'll be taking a look at Scorpio, the fictional serial killer from the 1971 movie Dirty Harry. A most chilling character with no redeemable qualities, Scorpio was a sadist who took pleasure in harming others. From his first act of sniping a girl on a rooftop pool to hijacking a school bus with kids, Scorpio held the city hostage for his own selfish purposes. The tension in the film arises when Inspector Harry Callahan, nicknamed Dirty Harry for frequently doing the police's dirty work, is assigned the case and resorts to bending the law in the pursuit of justice. The character of Scorpio was largely inspired by the real-life Zodiac killer. The name Scorpio itself is one of the astrological signs of the Zodiac, and just like the Zodiac killer, Scorpio left behind letters to the police in a game of cat and mouse. His disguise of wearing a ski mask is also an inspired similarity. The film does not delve into Scorpio's origin and background whatsoever. The novelization of the film, however, indicates that he killed his grandparents and was admitted to a mental hospital. It's also been said that the actor who plays Scorpio, Andy Robinson, created a backstory of him being a Vietnam War veteran suffering from PTSD and a victim of bullying upon return to the States. Given his age and his proficiency with firearms, this is one possible explanation. But whatever his past, it's sufficient to say that it was horrendous enough to create a monster out of a young man, who now exists to vent his anger out on the world. And judging from his residence, where he's homeless and stays in a small room at the stadium, his present circumstances are less than optimal. But that's not to say his actions were justifiable in any sense. Scorpio kidnaps a 14-year-old girl, and even when he is paid the ransom money by Harry, he still beats him up and gets a kick out of it, demanding that Harry not defend himself. He finds joy in threatening to withhold the location of the girl when she only has a few hours left to live. And worst of all, Scorpio tells Harry he will still kill the girl even though he has been paid his ransom. The fact that he flippantly makes this decision on the spot shows his complete disregard for human life. Scorpio deliberately makes it a point to let Harry know this before allowing him to pass out and then attempting to kill him. Scorpio is racist and possibly anti-church as seen by his letters to the police. One of the other apparent things about Scorpio is that he's cautious. He preys on his victims from afar with his sniper, and those that he approaches up close are young females and children, as he has average physical strength. He is the opposite of Harry in physicality and temperance, short, unassertive, and without any moral code. And when Harry is delivering his ransom money, Scorpio is cautious enough to run him all over town to make sure he doesn't have a tail before approaching him. Perhaps Scorpio's cautiousness stems from his cowardice, the greatest display of which is his fear of Harry. After getting cornered by him in the stadium, Scorpio has the audacity to plead the Fifth Amendment, citing his rights to a lawyer. This hypocrisy angers Harry, considering that he has deprived others of their basic human rights. Scorpio's cowardice, along with his deception, is further displayed when he deliberately pays someone to beat him up. He does this for several reasons: to get Harry off his tail, to frame him for police brutality, and to appear sympathetic before the press. One of the flaws in the film is the fact that Scorpio could still walk free despite everyone at the police force being fully aware of what he's done. As Harry didn't get a warrant, any evidence found in his apartment was inadmissible, even though, quite literally, they have the smoking gun. The film raises the question of how far one should go in the pursuit of justice, enforcement of the law, especially when the law becomes a hindrance to justice. Harry's attempts to stop Scorpio, while morally right, are technically out of bounds of the law and against the direct orders of his superiors. Scorpio walks free due to this technicality, when in reality, he would have at least been under 24-hour surveillance from that point. Harry's arrest of him would have been sanctioned, as there was probable cause and the fact that someone's life was in danger. It's also worth noting that Scorpio could already be charged with assault of a police officer and illegal possession of an automatic weapon from his encounter with Harry and Chico at the park. The mayor decides to pay Scorpio the ransom, although he would most definitely still commit the same crimes again. While he demanded a ransom, money was never his goal, as we saw earlier when he still decided to kill and marry Deacon, even when he was paid. As Harry mentions in the film, Scorpio does it simply because he likes it. Scorpio's greatest weapon is his anonymity and his charisma. He is able to pass off as a completely normal member of society, for the most part appearing docile and harmless. You don't see him coming, nor do you expect someone so innocent-looking to be a monster. As we see with his encounter with the shopkeeper, he is able to put people at ease, lowering their defenses before he strikes. Later on, when he hijacks the bus, he is able to keep the kids calm before he has to use force. But beneath the innocent-looking exterior of his babyish features lies a psychopath who can strike anywhere and any time as he creepily laughs in the background. He doesn't appear to operate under any specific motive, other than to kill as many people as possible for his own enjoyment. That makes him hard to predict, and that makes him terrifying. It's possible that he himself doesn't even know his next move until he does it, as he appears to do things on a whim. Scorpio is the kind of criminal that we despise. He is pure evil, and the kind that requires a cop like Harry to stop. While Harry's actions are morally questionable, bending the rules of the law and using brutal force, we can't help but feel they are partially justified when dealing with a psychopath like Scorpio. If we're being honest, most of us would have cheered Harry on inwardly when he tortures Scorpio for the girl's location. That's a testament to how despicable Scorpio is. At the end, in his final showdown with Harry, Scorpio appears to be a risk-taker, calling Harry's bluff and reaching for his gun while he laughs gleefully. Most likely, it was an act of insanity on his part, one which ended his subscription to life. So what do you think of the Scorpio killer, folks? Let me know in the comments below, along with any other characters you'd like to see here.